We want to get insight into how the economy is actually doing. What are farmers telling you right now?
Well, the mood of farmers varies a little bit from country to country. And here in the US, of course, farmers are hit by the sanctions from China. It's a homemade problem we could have avoided, and hopefully the China deal gets closed soon, and then basically, hopefully also farmers start to buy again from the United States.
Martin, if that happens, though, is that going to be enough to revitalize what's been happening to farmers? They're getting hit on multiple fronts, whether it's weather, whether it's low ag prices, whether it's the trade war.
Well, I think it would help a lot. And of course, the weather wasn't very good in some parts of the world. But let's say weather varies, and we have weather situations all over the world. We do business basically in all relevant countries of the world, and in some countries the weather it's too dry, in other countries it's too wet, and so that means in average it doesn't have a big impact on our business, but it had an impact and has an impact, slight impact on those farmers who were basically hit by the flooding. But this is a small percentage of farmers who basically farm alongside the big rivers.
And also joining us here in New York is Brooke Sutherland, Bloomberg Opinion columnist who covers industrials for us. Brooke, your question?
I wanted to just circle back a little bit on China. And, we have seen sort of positive reports as far as a trade deal. If we did see a deal, what would be the trajectory for recovery? Would you see a huge surge of orders as people sort of came off the sidelines, or would it be more of a tempered return to buying?
I think that will take time, so we shouldn't expect something to happen very quickly. Chinese basically are good business people, and they are loyal to their suppliers. And now we basically decided not to be a great supplier anymore, and they've substituted the beans, for example, they bought in the US by beans coming from Brazil and Argentina. And of course, we need to somewhat prove that we can be reliable partners also in the long run, and that's a challenge I would see, and therefore I don't believe that something will change quickly, so it will take some time. The quality of the product we do here, of the farm goods in the US, is of course excellent.
So in your forecast for this year, you're calling for 2 to 2.5% pricing gains. I assume that's somewhat tangentially related to the tariffs that we're seeing. What's been the response to that? Have customers been willing to absorb that extra cost?
Yes, they are. So we are very efficient in doing that. We are the market leader in many countries of the world. So, and I personally believe that the market leader should also lead when it comes to pricing. So therefore, we do that in Europe, we do that in South America, and here in the US, I hope that the market leader is heading into the same direction. It's justified by technologies, it's justified by better solutions and by digital solutions as well.
Well, also what we've noticed too, as farmers continue to struggle, is that they've made a shift into sort of more organic premium farming to try and eke out some kind of pricing gains that they themselves can have. How much of that winds up feeding through to your business?
That's only a small percentage of farmers who do that here in the US. It's a bigger amount of farmers you can hear from my southern accent that I'm not really born in Georgia, but in Germany. So in Germany, Switzerland, in the Scandinavian countries of Europe, that is a bigger factor. It doesn't have a big impact on us because let's say a tractor doesn't mind or doesn't care how the farming is done. We like it. We have solutions for organic farming, mainly in traceability. So it's mainly a software precision farming approach, and we offer quite some intelligent solutions to support farmers in that area.
That's something that Caterpillar has talked about recently as well, just yesterday talking about investing more in digital and services. Do you think people are willing to pay more for that, though? Can you charge extra for that services, that data analytics element in farming equipment?
That's a good point. So it depends on what the offer is. So that means when you listen to young people, when you go to a farm show, everybody is excited about those things. You have to boil it down, and you have to basically offer solutions which finally improve the bottom line results for the farmer. And if this is the case, then of course farmers are prepared to also pay for it.
Yeah.
So we want to help farmers to improve productivity and become more efficient, and that is also why we launch our Fendt brand. This is the world technology leader in farm equipment here in the United States, and we got quite some traction.